What is solar energy? It originates with the thermonuclear fusion reactions occurring in the sun. It represents the entire electromagnetic radiation, visible light, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays and radio waves. Radiant energy from the sun has powered life on Earth for many millions of years. The sun. Every day the sun shines more than 3 trillion watts of free energy on the Earth. That's enough energy to power over 3 million homes for an entire year. Being produced every day, solar panels harness the energy and convert it into clean electricity to power our homes, businesses and lifestyles. Light from the sun stimulates electrons on a solar panel. These electrons create DC, or direct current electricity. Solar electricity travels from the panels on your roof through an inverter to the circuit breaker panel of your building. An inverter changes DC electricity into usable AC, or alternating current electricity, before sending it to the breaker panel of your building. Your home uses that electricity to power the electronic devices we use every day. Now we are going to talk about photovoltaics. Photovoltaics are best known as a method for generating electric power by using solar cells to convert energy from the sun into a flow of electrons by the photovoltaic effect. The photovoltaic effect is the creation of voltage and electric current in a material upon exposure to light and is a physical and chemical phenomenon. The photovoltaic effect is closely related to the photoelectric effect. In either case, light is absorbed, causing excitation of an electron or other charge carrier to a higher energy state. The main distinction is that the term photoelectric effect is now usually used when the electron is ejected out of the material, usually into a vacuum, and photovoltaic effect used when the excited charge carrier is still contained within the material.
The first cell was built in 1883 by Charles Friis. It was coated semiconductor selenium with an extremely thin layer of gold to form the junctions. In 1954, the Bell Laboratories, experimenting with semiconductors, accidentally found that silicon doped with certain impurities was very sensitive to light. Darrell Chaplin, Kelvin Fuller and Gerald Pearson invented the first practical device for converting sunlight into useful electrical power. This resulted in the production of the first practical solar cells with a sunlight energy conversion efficiency of around 6%. Now let's compare different types of energies. The first is nuclear energy, which is the energy stored in the nucleus of an atom. It can be used to produce electricity. Nuclear fusion is the safest way to create power. It involves putting two atoms together to make one. The technology has never been implemented on a broad scale, so almost all nuclear power plants use nuclear fission, which splits one atom into two and is considered more dangerous. The second type of energy is wind energy, which must operate at low capacity factor, about 30%, and maximum penetration into a grid of about 20%. The wind is clean, free and readily available renewable energy source. Each day around the world, wind turbines are capturing the wind's power and converting it into electricity. This source of power generation plays an increasingly important role in the way we power our world. It takes little land area out of production and requires no water cooling. Solar energy transformation is the energy that is in sunlight. It has been used for thousands of years in many different ways by people all around the world, as well as its traditional human uses in heating, cooking and drying, and is used today to make electricity where other power supplies are absent, such as in remote places and in space. Solar energy is seasonal and intermittent. It must also operate at much lower capacity factor. It covers much of the land area, but land of low productivity. Area could be rooftops, distributed generation, and there is no water cooling required if PV.
Solar energy has many advantages. The main benefit is that it combats climate change because it creates no direct greenhouse gas emissions. The only emissions that solar power produces are indirect, meaning those that result from manufacturing parts, installation operation, and maintenance, but even those are minimal. Moreover, it is a reliable source of power because we will never run out from sun energy. Another advantage is that power of sun is free. Even though it is costly to purchase solar panels, there is no maintenance required during lifetime of system, and the lifetime is approximately 30-40 years. However, despite such strong benefits, solar energy has some downside as well. The major disadvantage is that solar energy, as well as any other renewable energy, cannot generate power on the same large scale as fossil fuels. So it is necessary to install many solar systems, but building such farms of solar panels can disrupt wildlife and migration patterns and lead to ecological destruction. Moreover, solar energy is intermittent, meaning that power is generated only when sun is shining. Even though excess power can be stored for later use, the battery storage is small. Therefore, solar energy cannot be relied on during storms, for example. Nevertheless, even with those drawbacks of solar system, it is necessary to develop and invest into solar energy, since advantages outweigh disadvantages. Now we would like to tell you some interesting facts about solar energy. First fact, China is the country that invests the most into renewable energy. Many countries invest in solar energy because it's profitable in the long terms and way more eco-friendly. China created 3 million jobs in solar technology, which is 10 times more than America. Another fact, since one of the problems is that most households cannot afford the cut on gas, because solar system costs about $7,000, there is an alternative of buying solar panels. You can rent your roofs and have solar panels installed for free. The solar panels that are installed on your roof produce energy, and this energy will be split, and you can benefit from them as well. Moreover, switching 50% of energy to renewable can save you few $100s from your bills. Finally, the first place that is 100% dependent on the solar energy is Tao Island. They have 5,328 solar panels installed with 6 megawatt-hours of storage, 60 Tesla power packs, and one of the world's most advanced microgrids that help the Tao Island to stay powered 3 full days without sun and can be 100% recharged in 7 hours of sunlight. Solar energy, the convenient alternative to fossil fuel or coal, become popular more and more these days. Somehow, it's still not growing as fast as our planet needs to it too. Climate change is a real threat, and in order to preserve our species, we need to shift our fuel sources to renewable alternatives such as solar power.